Franklin from Columbia, South Carolina. He said, which teams outside of your top 20 could you anticipate making a run at the playoff? Now, we did release our top 20 to varying degrees of fanfare last week, and there it is. And if you're listening on podcast, I'm not going to read the whole top 20, but I will tell you Auburn's not in it. So I think if we have to eliminate all of the teams that I already listed, and you're saying give me some sleepers outside of those 20, Auburn is certainly there. I don't have Auburn in the top 20, but the roster talent is there. They've got an average of a top 15 recruiting class the last 3 cycles. Really, the last 4 cycles, right, Jesse? They've averaged a top 15 class, and also they've got a top 10 portal class there. They are probably a plus team on the lines of scrimmage. Keldrick Falk, like the edge player there, has got game wrecker ability. And then on the other side, of course, we're asking big questions about Jackson Arnold, but they're a sleeper because if he doesn't pan out, it won't be a great team this year. But if he does pan out, that becomes the most underrated receiver room in the country because no one's talking about him because you don't think Auburn can throw the ball. And you got good reason to think that from last year. Well, actually, they pushed the ball down the field fairly well. They just turned it over too much. But they're very under the radar. Not a lot's expected of Auburn. But if they hit it with Jackson Arnold, they're capable of beating anyone on their schedule. So that's a wild card sleeper type of team. I think Nebraska is a qualifier for a sleeper. Their over-under win total 7.5, but last year they were in the 100s in offensive points per game, and now they have Dana Holgorsen at OC. So Raiola's there at quarterback, Holgorsen there at OC. You got the Matt Rule year 3 thing, so you just put all that in a pot, and then you mix it up. They're sleepers because there's no guarantee if you pour it out it tastes good, but it could be amazing. Like Indiana this time last year. No one's talking about them, but yet there they were. So this is going to happen somewhere. Maybe it does happen at Nebraska. They've got 3 top 25 classes baked into their roster. They've got a top 15 portal class. And you know what? They're bottom 3rd in their conference in our strength of schedule metrics. And their big games, they got Michigan at home. They've got USC at home. They go to Penn State late in the year. But if you're taking care of business at home, you can afford to drop a game on the road. You know how many teams we let in the playoff these days? If Rule had his way, everyone would be in. But nevertheless, we got 12 of them. I know it was a joke, people. I know. There was some good old-fashioned clickbaiting going on today in the world of the out-of-context college football coach quote. And I fell victim. But you know what? I've talked to Matt Rule about the playoff. He really does want more teams in there. I know good and well he does. Great person. As Meemaw used to always say, casual people rarely say smart things, but smart people do say casual things. And Matt Rule is a smart guy who has a casual playoff take, even though that thing that circulated the internet today was taken out of context. All right, Missouri? Missouri, anyone? Yes, I think so. I was trying to make sure I had that written down. All right, let me cut in really quick and ask, look, prayer hands, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you think you're subscribed, check and make sure. Over 50% of you aren't. It's free, it doesn't sign you up for anything, and it helps us keep the show free, college football year-round, the way God intended it. All right, back to the clip. I guess I can't do this exercise because I just said the name of the team, but pretend we were 15 seconds ago, and I have not said Missouri yet. All right, I just want you to listen to this. Blind resume. If I said I have a team in front of me that's gone 21-5 in the last 2 years, that's better than LSU and Tennessee. They've averaged a top 25 class the last 4 years. Okay, so you know you got good talent in the roster. They just landed a top 10 portal class. They've got a top 5 returning production over on defense, a defense that was pretty good last year. And then they just went and got Bo Pribula, a quarterback from Penn State, who came in and led them in a come-from-behind win on the road last year. Oh, by the way, this team has the second easiest strength of schedule in the SEC. If I told you all that, you'd say, give me some playoff stock on that team. And then I would turn the paper around and you'd see, oh, it's Missouri, never mind. Why never mind? Why? Also, they play 4 road games this year, is that right? Yeah, it looks that way. Both of them are back-to-back. But why never mind? Let's give them a chance. In the 60s, they were singing Give Peace a Chance. In 2025, we just need to give Missouri a chance. And lastly, Kansas State still plays this year. Do you guys know that? I had to check today. I made a call up there. A good friend of the program, Kenny, picks up the phone. I said, Kenny, are y'all playing this year? You going to have a season? He confirmed they are. They are planning on playing football this fall. And the reason I speak like this is because is everyone just forgotten about Kansas State? There's so many shiny toys in the Big 12. Look at Dion at Colorado. Look at Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State. Have you seen the class that Texas Tech has put together? I am describing this show. This is not hypocrisy because I'm calling myself a little bit. I haven't talked enough about Kansas State. That makes them a sleeper by the very definition. It's a wide open conference. Avery Johnson is still there. And you know what? I don't think Chris Kleiman forgot how to coach football. So they're probably right where they want to be, which is out of the public spotlight. They've got a very workable schedule as well. And if they win the conference, they're in the playoffs. So, of course, they are a playoff sleeper, and they open against us. They open against Iowa State in Ireland in week 0. Nervousness already starting to build for that one.